don't talk about wrestling. You have to look and walk and talk and act like these guys, and these guys are the biggest stars in the world at that time. Johnny Depp, Will Smith, etc. If you don't know any better, you buy into that stuff, like I bought into that back then. But then you start to realize something starts to eat at your gut about, well, this just doesn't feel right because I'm not being authentic, I'm not being myself. So finally, I said, a few years later, I said, I can't do this anymore. I have to be myself. Had a big meeting at the agency. I said, I'd like to have the same career as these guys, only bigger and different, and I mean it respectfully. And they all looked at me like I had 3 heads. And I have a big enough head as it is. So they looked at me like I had 3 heads, and I said, listen, just because it's never been done doesn't mean it can't be done. It just means we've got to figure out a different path. So ultimately, I wound up saying, look, The Rock is a pretty cool name, and I love wrestling, and I'm also proud of where I came from this world of pro wrestling, where it's my dad and my grandfather, and I have a lot of family in pro wrestling. And then this unique thing happened when I was myself, and we can apply it to all of us here, business, life, etc., is Hollywood conformed.
Hollywood conformed.
Conformed.
To you.
To me when I became authentic and when I became myself. And then I went, I got it.
At this phase,
yes.
Close your thought, finish your thought.
Yeah.
At this phase, how much leverage, power, credibility do you have where they know they can't screw with you because you're going to do it no matter what? Do you have that kind of leverage yet or not yet?
Not at this moment, but they felt the passion and they felt a little bit of momentum. I feel like there's a word that I use, it's called mana, and it comes from in here. It's like chi, it's like a power, like you could feel it when we walked out and we all came in here, like you could feel the mana in the room. And I think they felt that at that time. And at that time, I had not had the credibility of any box office big hits or anything like that, but I did have what I felt clarity and how important that was. I'm not these guys. I'm not a Johnny Depp. I'm not a Will Smith. I'm not a George Clooney, those guys who are big stars at that time. I'm me, and the most important thing I could be is authentic and be myself, and Hollywood then conformed.
So, absolutely. And this is after when you first got into wrestling, and you know, Rocky sucks, and you're like, grab the mic, you know, like there's a lot of things Rock is, but sucks ain't one of them.